Hi everyone. I just posted a new video about the housing inventory market update nationwide, but particularly in the Atlanta market. So take a look at this video, and if you are a seller in North Metro Atlanta, if you are a homeowner and you are thinking of selling, please take a look at this video and look at some of the statistics that I share and the graphics in my video that I present. And give me a call if you are interested in selling your house. I am looking for inventory to list homes on the market for sale. Uh, there, there are buyers that we have, and buyers are out in the market searching for homes, and there simply is not enough inventory for the demand that is out there. So you can get top dollar for your house right now, and you can sell it quickly. You're in the driver's seat as a seller. This is a seller's market, and the buyers are not priced out of the market. There's plenty of buyers that have access to capital. Interest rates are low. So it's just great time for selling a home for both parties. Plenty of buyers are there, and we can push the price of your home up to the top of what it would be for your home. So give me a call, text me, email me after you look at this video. I would be glad to help you and sell your home. And like I said, I really am looking for more inventory because of the buyers that we have. So thanks a lot. Hey everyone, John Marion here. I want to give you a quick update about what's going on in the housing market and what has actually happened this year. It's just incredible, the market that we are in right now. And if if you are a home owner, I want you to especially pay attention to this video. If you are thinking about selling your home, and if you're wondering if this is a good time, if you postpone selling it because of the coronavirus and the situation that we've all have experienced this year, but you would like to sell and you don't know if the timing is right or if you should do it now or what's going to be happening in the market. So I'm going to give you a quick review of what I have I have seen in our market here, and I'm just going to share my screen with you and go through a couple of graphs and information quotes and whatnot. But here's a quote from a guy named Mark Fleming. He says, housing has experienced a strong V-shaped recovery and is now exceeding pre-pandemic levels. And I've experienced that in the real estate market here in North Metro Atlanta. Because of coronavirus, we did not have the strong spring market that we usually expect. But it didn't die, but it slowed down significantly and was not the spring market that we expected at the end of February, March, and April. And there were still homes to sell, and there was still market inventory on the market. And so real estate transactions continued, didn't completely stop. But on a nationwide basis, transactions went way down. And so we had a flat market in North Metro Atlanta during those months that are usually pretty high. And what's happened, here's a graph. This is a nationwide graph from realtor.com. And you can see how the market just came down in terms of the number of closings and real estate transactions and the four factors that drive that. And so right now, demand for homes is very high, and the inventory or the supply is very low, and it's resulting in homes just getting under contract very quickly when they're listed for sale at a very at the top of the market. Basically, it's not astronomically, the prices haven't gone skyrocketing in a crazy way, but they have gone up, and I believe they will continue to go up 3% in the next year, something like that. I'll show you some statistics and the variables that different experts in the housing industry kind of think the market will go in terms of the increase in pricing. So I don't expect pricing to come down anytime quick. And if this demand keeps up, which I see no reason why it will not, because there's a lot of people that need to change their housing situation right now because their lives have changed incredibly and completely because of coronavirus, and they're not driving into the city to go to an office with lots of other workers. They're staying at home and doing their work online and with Zoom calls and all this kind of stuff, working remotely. And so it's changed everybody's housing needs. And so if you're selling, if you think, if you're thinking of selling, this is a fantastic time to sell, because you're going to get um, the highest price that you can compared to the last 2 years, let's say. And yes, there may be an increase, and there probably will be an increase in that price over time in the next 6 months, next year. I think so for sure. But who knows? It could flatten out, whatever. So uh, the difference that you would get by waiting in the price of your home another 6 months may not be that significant to you, but you're kind of locked into a period where you can sell it at a very good price, and you probably have a lot of equity in your home. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So here's a couple of changes that have taken place this year. Uh, since a year ago, the numbers of showings, that's home buyers going to properties, looking at homes for sale. That's what showings are. They're up 60%, just incredible. Purchase applications for mortgage loans are up. Pending deals, that's deals, real estate transactions that are under contract and will be closing in the near future. They're up 21%. Existing home sales up 10%, and new home sales has really gone up significantly in the last 12 months. But look at the last two things on this graph. It's just incredible. There's not enough inventory. Inventory is down 39%. New homes inventory are down 33%. So you have all this demand and all this activity on one side of transactions. Homes are selling, buyers are out looking at homes and want to buy homes, but there's not enough inventory to meet that demand, and that's putting more pressure on the on prices to go up. And the exciting thing about this time in history, it's really historical what's going on. Interest rates are very low. They're like record lows, and so buyers still, even though prices are going up, buyers still have the purchasing power and the access to capital to buy homes. And if they have a home to sell, they have a lot of equity in their home. A buyer selling a home from another market or downsizing a home or whatever, they have equity in their home, and they can get into another home at a low interest rate. So the buyers have the buying power to purchase the homes. It's not, it's very different than other markets that have kind of, we've seen crashes on. Both parties, the sellers and the buyers, just are both in a good situation. And it really is a seller's market. And I'll get to that. Well, here, this slide came up here. So compared to other times in history where we've seen, like if you look at 2008, 2009, that era, 2007, 8, 9, 10, that time when the real estate market crashed, the amount of inventory on the market was very high, and the market crashed, and there were a lot of people expecting to sell homes, and banks went bankrupt and loans didn't close. And everyone knows, if you paid any attention at all or just look back in history, if you were too young to remember back then, it was just an incredible time where the housing market just stopped completely, and sales, homes that were scheduled to sell on a day that a bank went bankrupt, they didn't sell. And so it was just a crazy situation, and people were overextended, and it was they were giving loans to people that really weren't qualified to get loans. But now there's not enough inventory in the market, and you can see today we're really at a historical low in terms of the inventory on the market. There's not enough inventory, and in the near future, there's not going to be enough inventory unless a lot of people put their homes on the market. So I'm looking for inventory to list for sale. I can sell your house very quickly in this market and can get you top dollar for your home. So if you know me and want to sell your home, contact me. If you're not in my market, or you have a real estate agent that you would use, contact that agent now, because it is just a great time to sell your home. Depending on your situation, it may be historically one of the best times that you can make a real estate transaction as a seller. And as a buyer, interest rates are low, so you can really um, get into a home. And especially if you downsize, if you have a lot of equity in a home and you're downsizing or moving from a market where you have a lot of equity and home prices are higher than they are in the Atlanta market, you can get into the Atlanta market, uh, downsize or even upsize, whatever, depending on the price difference of the market that you're selling. And you can purchase a home here in the Atlanta market and lower your monthly payment, have more equity in a home. It's just a great time where all the pieces are coming together, where you have a lot of options and a lot of opportunity to make a change. So selling your home is now is a great time. And here's a graph of the percentage of homeowner equity in 2020. And I knew, I've kind of looked at these statistics from time to time, but I really didn't pay attention. It struck me more, I should say, when I looked at it now for some reason, that 42% of homeowners own their home outright without a mortgage. And that's incredible. So they have 100% equity in their home. They don't owe money to the bank. Now, unfortunately, you have to pay money to the tax for property taxes. And it's probably a smart idea to have insurance in most situations if you're a homeowner without a mortgage. That makes sense. So you have costs, of course, as well as maintenance and all that. But 42% of the people don't owe any money for a mortgage, and that's incredible. And then there are like 16% of the people have at least 16% of homeowners have at least 60% equity, or up to 99, and they're about to pay off their loan. So that means more than half the people, half of the people that are homeowners, over half of them have no debt on their home, or they're about to pay it off very soon. So that's incredible. So this is a very different market than we've seen in the past, where there's been pressure and people are overextended, and we're going to see a slew of foreclosures. We're not really going to see that. There'll be maybe more foreclosures in the next 12 months than there have been in the previous 12 months. That's just kind of a guess on my part, but it's not going to be a foreclosure crash, because there's a relatively small percentage of people that have very little equity in their homes. So that's a good stat. And here are some projections on future home prices. Now, these are the so-called experts. You can see the names here. National Association of Realtors is there, Fannie Mae, Zillow. Some names that you might recognize, other names you don't. But I'm just kind of looking at this whole thing, and I'm going to say, it's not unreasonable to assume and to project that home prices will rise in my market about 3% over the next 12 months. And that's kind of where I'm coming at it. So if you're a homeowner in the Atlanta market, in the North Metro Atlanta market where I am, that's why I say now is a really good time to sell. If you're thinking of selling and you're thinking you have the option of doing it now, or waiting 3 months, waiting 6 months, waiting 9 months, but now is an option. I would say now is a very good time, because the inventory is not there. You can get the highest price. Yeah, you may be able to get 3% more 12 months from now, but you can sell it now quickly. We don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. I don't know how long they're going to stay low. That's one huge factor, and that could change very quickly, and therefore put a downward pressure on home prices. So that's a little bit more of a risk factor as far as I'm concerned, in terms of house prices possibly not reaching a 3% increase, because there's a lot of factors, of course. But the outliers that it's going to go up almost 6%. I wouldn't project that for my market in North Metro Atlanta, and a reduction or of pricing in 1%. Or a little bit more than 1%. I think those outliers are kind of, extreme situations, and who knows what's going to happen. We have an election coming up. We have the Fed that, plays with interest rates, trying to manipulate our economy. and manage it, whatever, however you want to look at it. But anyway, it's just a real factor in the real estate industry of what the mortgage rates are, and it does determine home prices. And so here's some more interesting information. Another quote from Realtor.com. Since the beginning of the COVID pandemic in March, nearly 400,000 fewer homes have been listed compared to last year, leaving a gaping hole in the U.S. housing inventory. As a result, home prices are accelerating at double last year's pace. And so that just emphasizes what I've been trying to say in this video and making the point with the statistics and everything that I'm showing you. There's not enough inventory on the market. Here's another graph that shows that. So the green graph shows the new listings on a month to month basis. And this is nationwide. So, you know, you can see when the pandemic hit, the number of homes for being listed on the market went down. It looks like almost 25% year over year. And they've gone up from that, but you can see it's way below what it has been. And then the total listings for sale that are available for sale on the market at any given time on this graph just keeps going down and down and down and down. So we're getting new listings coming on the market, new homes or resale homes coming on the market for sale. They're selling very quickly, and the sales are outpacing the number of listings that are coming on the market. So we're headed towards a time where I don't know what will happen if the current trend continues. And part of my job is to, I feel that, you know, in the economy as a licensed real estate agent, is to assist sellers to sell their home. And if you've been nervous because of coronavirus and nervous because of the election, you're not sure what's going on, you know, you have options that you know about, you know, obviously, but from a real estate perspective as a licensed agent and an associate broker with Remax Town and Country, I think this is one of the best times historically to sell your home, take advantage of the equity you have, and you have a lot of options of what you can do in terms of where you will move and what options you have for buying a home. It's just fantastic time to do this. Here's another graph. I think this might be the last one that I have. Existing homes, you see the sales are up 10%, but the number of listings down almost 40%. And for new homes, this is new home construction, 43%. Sales are up 43%, but the number of new homes being listed for sale on the market is down 33%. And then here's actually my last slide. And it really applies to North Metro Atlanta because we are a suburban community. We're in northern suburbs of the city of Atlanta, outside the perimeter. So if you're not familiar with the Atlanta area, look on a map, you'll see sometimes in some cities we'll call it a beltway or a ring road. We call it the perimeter here in Atlanta. So where my market is outside the perimeter in the northern suburbs of Atlanta. And the properties are selling at a higher rate in suburban areas than they are in urban areas. In other words, people are getting out of the cities. There's less of a desire to be in a big city right now, especially if things are shut down. All the amenities that you enjoyed being in a big city are not as accessible, or they are completely shut down. If you're kind of on the edge of the city and you're traveling into the city for your work, well, that has shut down. You're working at home, and maybe you're kind of like on the edge where you're kind of in a little bit of an urban area. Things are sort of shut down, and you're on the edge of a suburban area. People are moving out from those areas near the perimeter up to like Cherokee County and even Pickens County and other counties north of the metro area, Gwinnett and other counties. So the rate of of home sales in an area like Cherokee County, of people coming from other urban areas and the Atlanta area, is just an incredible change in the market. And the population density is going to increase in some of these geographically more remote areas away from the city. They're going to increase. And it's not going to be totally urbanized, but there's plenty of land in Cherokee County, and there's a lot of room for growth. But this is going to change the nature of I think all of our cities and the outlying areas, and these stats are already proving that to be true. So anyway, that's all I had for now. If you are interested in selling your home in the North Metro Atlanta area, please give me a call. I'd be glad to talk to you. I'd be glad to answer any of your questions. And if you're not in my area and just have some general questions, I welcome you contacting me. Call me, email me, text me. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. And if you are if you are ready to sell your home now, please call me. I have buyers that just, they cannot find uh, the homes that they want, or they put in offers and there's multiple offers. So I can get your home sold very quickly, and I'd be glad to help you to do that. That's all for now. Thanks, everyone.